Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Many a True Nerd, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. Where last time, we investigated the Druid's Grove, and stumbled across, yes, some really rather bloody dark secrets. Specifically, their current leader Karga is quite possibly a Shadow Druid, which appears to be like a militant anti-human cultist who wants to literally kill everybody in order to just, like, let plants take over, or something. Which, now I think about it, does fit rather nicely into, yes, her wider plan of surround this grove with a giant wall of thorns, while simultaneously killing all the tieflings and feeding children to snakes and whatnot. So, okay, we're gonna need to, yes, do something about that. And speaking of which, yes, I feel like we've probably done everything we could do here in the Emerald Grove itself. It's time to mosey out into the world and explore some new territory. And to plan precisely how I'm going to do that, I've got a plan, which is, you may recall, just off the road outside the Emerald Grove, yeah, we've stumbled across this here watchtower on top of a hill. So, given I've got like 10 different bloody things I could go and do right now, I feel like going up there and trying to get the lay of the land, that'd be a good starting point. From there, I might be able to figure out, yeah, which of these locations I ought to visit first. So here we go, it was just off the road here, so jump up to, yes, this spot. I could just pull it off without needing to upgrade my jump, and then, yeah, we'll mosey upwards and see what we can see from up top here. Oh, hang on. Something's happened. I've just got to the top of the thing and someone else is here.
My, what manner of place is this? A path to redemption? Or a road to damnation? Hard to say, for your journey is just beginning. What would suit the occasion? The words to a lullaby, perhaps? The mouse smiled brightly. It outfoxed the cat. Then down came the claw. And that? Love. Was that? They do know how to write them in Cormier, don't they? Well met, I am Raphael. Very much at your service.
Okay. I've decided I'm going to be polite, because I'm just kind of getting the vibe here that this is not someone you want to be rude to. So, hello there, lovely to meet you. I'm Aria. Please don't, like, murder me.
Charmed, I'm sure, in more ways than one. We should have a chat, you and I, but not here. This quaint little scene is decidedly too middle of nowhere for my tastes. Come. There, middle of somewhere.
Right. I've just been, kidnapped, I think, and it looks like the rest of my party isn't here, so I'm now isolated and, where am I precisely, just out of interest?
The House of Hope, where the tired come to rest and the famished come to feed lavishly. Go on, partake, enjoy your supper. After all, it might just be your last.
Okay, what the cock is going on here? You know what? I'm gonna call him out. Are these theatrics actually, like, going somewhere, good sir?
Are you not entertained? Well, far be it from me to disappoint. What's better than a devil you don't know? A devil you do. Am I a friend? Potentially. An adversary? Conceivably. But a savior? That's for certain.
I mean, I can't deny, the lad's got style. I quite like the showmanship going on here, and definitely don't draw your weapon. But why precisely would a demon just appear out of nowhere, teleport me to dinner, and then want to help me?
Because my compassion is boundless. I stride among the needy, giving comfort where I can. And you're in dire need. 1 skull, 2 tenants, and no solution in sight. I could fix it all like that.
Right. So you're a demon offering to just fix this right now. But yes, based on my limited understanding of, well, not just this universe, basically any story that's got demons in it, it's maybe not necessarily going to be worth the cost. Like, there's going to be a price to pay. So, okay. I'm not going to commit one way or the other just yet.
Take all the time you need, but make up your mind before you're counting down with tentacles. Try to cure yourself. Shop around. Beg, borrow, and steal. Exhaust every possibility until none are left. And when hope has been whittled down to the very marrow of despair, that's when you'll come knocking on my door. Hope. Such a tease.
Right. House of Hope as in, yeah, the hope at the bottom of Pandora's box. The worst curse of all. False delusive hope. That's what you're offering, isn't it? So, okay. Just in theory, if I do choose to investigate the deal a bit more, how would I find you again, good sir?
I'll be around, watching you squirm like a tadpole through a nice, juicy brain. All those pretty little symptoms, sundering skin, dissolving guts, they haven't manifested yet, have they? One might say you're a paragon of luck. I'll be there when it runs out.
Okay. So, suddenly I'm back where I just was, but yeah, possibly we know a bit better than him. He's suggesting we're going to need to take this deal before we, like, turn into a monster or whatnot, but some of the research we did back in the library in the Druid's Grove suggests to me that's not necessarily true. Like, possibly there's something a bit special about my tadpole that means, as a result, I'm not turning into a monster, when ordinarily you'd kind of expect to already be doing so. But yes, okay, that was a weird thing to just happen out in the middle of nowhere on top of a hill. But yeah, just pop up top here. Let's try and get the lay of the land a little bit, because, yeah, there was talk of a swamp in this direction. And that looks like, yeah, maybe some swampy trees over there. The right, however, that's a bit more of a mystery, because that's just heavily forested. I will say, though, if the road is here, and thus the bridge I'm seeing must be about here, it feels like Karlach must be pretty bloody nearby to the bridge. If I just take a right and follow the river up a little bit, in fact, actually, it's barely round the corner, like from the actual town itself, like Hollow, I think it was called. Like, it's basically right there. Right, I feel like that's all we can learn from up here. Let's mosey back down to the ground and, yeah, hit the road. We may have to play it by ear as to which route we ultimately want to go on. So here we go. Bridge going straight westward there, but there's also, yeah, path leading just off of the road here, and, hello there, guys. We've got, right, someone down the ground. Don't worry, guys, I can help. Wandering protagonist, don't worry about it.
You're a true soul. You can't die. Please, stay with us.
I don't think he's conscious. Can you hear us, Ed?
You, not a step closer.
A strange symbol glows marked on their flesh, and something within you stirs in response.
Okay, so... right, you guys have got tadpoles as well. Possibly, yes, you're like that drow we saw inside the sanctuary. Like, you're maybe scouts or spies or something for the goblin camp, though we now know, yeah, there's someone calling the shots. Minthara, she was named in, yes, the conversation I had with that dead drow. He gave us the name. So any chance, yes, does that name mean anything to you? And if you are, yeah, like tadpole and working for the absolute cult and whatnot, possibly using my illicit powers could convince you me and you are actually friends. So okay, nice, needs to check here, no problem at all, anything but a 1 will do the job beautifully. 18, spot on.
I'm so sorry. It's our brother, True Soul Edwin. He's injured and I wasn't thinking.
Something stirs deep within you, hungry and alert. It's taking something you'll never get back. The injured man locks eyes with you. The parasite writhes in your head.
Okay. So, I think possibly my parasite and his parasite are chatting right now, in a way I don't fully understand, so... not 100% sure what the correct response is, so... let's, like, try and block him out if we can.
Useless. Your minds intertwine. You see his siblings, Andric and Brenna, new recruits. Yours to shepherd.
Protect them. Mind the true soul. She will... She...
Edwin! Ed! Please!
He's with the Absolute now.
A true soul. Thank the Absolute. Edwin, our brother, he was chosen. Like you.
Do you have orders for us? We were reporting to Edwin.
Right. So, how precisely are we going to fool these people? You know what? Step 1, housing. We are looking for housing, and if you're scouts sent by, yeah, the goblin camp, or the people therein, you might know how to help me a bit.
I don't know any druids.
Okay. Tragically, these people don't seem to know anything. Let's start off, yes, nice and, you know, general. What are you guys doing out here? Like, are you spies or something?
We know that all too well, ma'am, but the Absolute sent us here.
We're looking for fugitives, survivors from that ship that crashed farther west of here.
Right. You're looking for me. Tell me more about these highly suspicious, dubious fugitives.
We don't know what they look like, but anyone who survived that crash is bound to be injured. That's enough to get us started. The Absolute wants them found. At any cost.
At any cost? Well, we heard previously the tadpole in my head was like a special tadpole. Okay. That might be what's going on here. I've got a special one, meaning the Absolute, whatever the Absolute is precisely, they're hunting me down, so I feel like this is good to end with them just yelling, okay, you're not a true soul, I'm going to kill you now, but how about you, like, explain the Absolute to me?
What? Are you testing us? The Absolute is our goddess. She's going to rip down the old world order, start a new one. Then we'll be the ones with the power. Well, you will firstly, True Soul. You don't need me to explain that.
A true soul, like you, has been chosen by the Absolute. You speak with her voice, and when the time comes, the true souls, you will rule.
I will serve at no ruler's side but my queen's.
Okay, but could you not say that out loud right now, because we are trying to deceive these individuals. Luckily, they seem, yes, a few light bulbs short of a driving range, so we're okay for the time being. And right, let's play along. A crude summary. You have much to learn, underling.
I'm sorry, true soul. I only repeated what I thought I knew. It seems the Absolute still has a great deal to teach me.
And indeed the Absolute does. My new commandment is, from now on, everyone inside our cult shall wear bananas instead of shoes. Here are 2 bananas, hollow them out, figure out a way to get them round your feet. Thus is my command. Tragically, I can't humiliate them, as much as I would like to, so, yeah, so what happened to, like, your brother? Why is he dead?
An oil bear. It had him on the ground before we had a chance to react. We managed to drag him away, but the beast's claws had already done their work. I told Edwin not to look in that cave. It was filthy with owlbear tracks.
Right, an owlbear. Is that like a bear the size of an owl? Or an owl the size of a bear? Because a bear that's owl-sized sounds adorable. But yes, an owl that's like bear-sized, I can see the problem. Because owls can be vicious bastards, so... right. I can tell them to naff off, or we could go hunt down the owlbear. Bad call, I think. I'm going to just straight up say, right, I'm the survivor. Because I'm curious what that might mean. They're gonna, you know, spill something else. Like, oh my goodness, now we have to arrest you and take you to the prison at something by the authority of, you know, Tim McGibbles, who lives over there. And then we'll have a new lead. So, yeah. Let's see if maybe we can say this, get some more information, and then, like, intimidate check our way out of this.
You! Brenna! Kill her!
Okay, never mind. We just immediately started murdering each other. That's fine. So, okay. Apparently it's a murder time, and this is actually highly convenient, because it's time for an episode of Let's Talk All About the Things That John Got Wrong. So, previously, I was under the impression that, yes, obviously, you know, up here, there was turn order. You took your turns in this order from left to right. And that's not entirely true. In the event that, yes, you've got multiple members of your team that are next to each other, they're allowed to mix and match, represented by the intertwined portraits. So, yeah, everyone's still got 1 action, 1 bonus action, and 1 sort of movement, but I kind of freely move between, yeah, the turns of Astarion, Arya, and Lae'zel, which is very useful for, like, say, setting up attacks. Like Astarion, say, he really needs the enemies to be laid out correctly to get the most out of his sneak attacks. So, yeah, I could basically use Arya and Lae'zel's turn to try and do that immediately. So, yeah, that's going to be very useful going forwards. So here's a good example. We'll just send in Lae'zel first, even though it's not technically her turn. She can do a lovely, sexy trip attack using, yes, her superiority dice, because honestly she gets them back so often, you may as well just use them all the time. So just go in. You have been knocked prone. Beautiful. So yeah, you're down on the ground. Still got 13 hit points, but... now you're prone, yeah. All attacks against you have got advantage, so going in first with Lae'zel and knocking someone down makes it way easier for everyone else to just go in and finish them off. And because Lae'zel is standing right there, Astarion can now go in and use his sneak attack, with advantage due to the prone situation. So you just get in over there, stab you, get a crit, you die immediately, and one of them goes straight down. So right, carefully managing your turn in order to, yes, do things in the right order, that can make things much easier. That's a very important thing that the comments let me know about, so thank you to everyone who told me about that. Right, that just leaves the other chappie, who's got, yes, 16 AC, but only 9 wisdom. So right, attacking him with a sword or a bow might not be the best idea. Spells, however, that could be a good option. So yeah, sword attack would only be 45% chance to hit. Though I'll tell you what, I'm actually only getting, yeah, 55 off, say, Dissonant Whispers. So let's just upcast that. No, that doesn't affect chance to hit, but it would make it hit a bit harder, so give it a go, why not? 50-50, roll the dice, and... perfect. Not only do we hit him, he's frightened. So he could still attack, but yeah, he'd have disadvantage, and he can't move. So, yeah, I think at this point I'm happy to just end my turn right there. And honestly, yeah, just end everyone else's turn too. If I just step back a little bit, because... does he have a bow? He may or may not have a bow, but if he does, he's got to, yes, have disadvantage when he fires it. So here we go. He's frightened. Okay, he had like an acid grenade, as it turns out. Sorry, did not realise you were going to have an acid grenade. Oh, but I tell you what else I can do though. Right now, yes, everyone's like all covered in acid. And there's acid all over the ground, and that's not good. So, yeah, Shadowheart, you've got the ability to just create water. So yeah, create water and... Alright, that's actually quite a large area right there. So if I just create water right here, then presumably that's going to wash away the acids. I mean, hopefully. So, there we go. That gets rid of the acid. Beautiful. And also there's now, yes, a big old pile of water right here, which in theory I could, like, freeze or whatnot. So, okay. Let's just end your turn there, because next it's going to be back over to my friends here to experiment with surfaces a little bit more. Because, yeah, I can turn this water into ice by just tossing ice at it. Though, if I toss the ice out to you, good sir, though, actually, hang on. Ah, it's not just the ground that's wet, it's all of us. So, yes, because this guy is now wet and will be for 3 turns, fire's not going to work as well, but lightning and cold would. So if I was to cast, yes, a giant chromatic orb at this guy, presumably, yeah, that's going to do huge damage and also freeze the water. Though I can't deny I'm more curious about, yeah, Ray of Frost. Like, if I hit you with Ray of Frost, does that still freeze the water around you? Yeah. That's damage to you and presumably would have been 2 damage, but got doubled to 4. And on top of that, there is now a stupid amount of ice round here, which you've got to be careful of because, yeah, ice is slippery, difficult to move over, and you might fall. I'm starting to feel sorry for this guy, by the way. We're just basically toying with him to play with my new abilities. So, okay, Astarion, you put Hunter's Mark on that guy because you could do that as like a bonus action, just for free. And then, yeah, now that's in play, go for a ranged attack. And if you do hit this guy, that's going to do loads of bonus damage. And 13. Lovely, though. Okay, everybody also wants to talk to me for some reason. And, oh, blimey, it is literally everybody. Why is everyone suddenly feeling really chatty? Right, they want to talk about the tadpole. Though Astarion's voice line didn't actually load in. He's just standing there and thinking that.
Ignore it. Deny it. This is nothing but a disease, and every use will sicken us further.
Nonsense. Any power freely given is a power well received, and this is a valuable power indeed.
It's only valuable if we understand it, and we don't. Not yet, at least.
Right. Everyone's annoyed because I used my psychic brain powers during that conversation. Which Astarion thinks is a brilliant idea, and everyone else is saying, no, stop using psychic brain powers. Gotcha. So, okay. I'm not going to say definitely yes or definitely no. I'm just going to, you know, play it safe for now and say, let's investigate this, but maybe, just maybe, we'll take advantage of my psychic powers going forwards.
Sensible.
So, okay, everyone just wants to have a quick chat about that, though, on top of that, we've got ourselves, yes, a bunch of corpses, and do not forget, we can also talk to people. So, hello there, Brenna.
The corpse seems willing to speak, but not to its killer.
Right, so if you kill someone, they won't speak to you. Got it. However, I didn't kill you. You died of, like, owlbear-related causes.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Right, he's not immediately annoyed or anything, so... okay, loot. Can you point me towards the loot, good sir?
Ending.
Oh my goodness, he considers his own underlings to be the things of value round here. Well, that's just rather delightful, isn't it? Jess, what are you guys actually doing out here?
Looking for weapon. The absolute.
Her weapon. We know that, yes, they were looking for the people on the Nautiloid, i.e. me. The tadpole inside me is so special, I'm supposed to be some sort of super weapon. which is why I'm different from everybody else. Okay, this is all starting to make sense, but go on, fill me in a bit more, my friends.
Crashed from the sky, taken by infidels.
Or maybe not, maybe it's something else. So, right, something to keep in mind. And yes, tell me about the absolutes.
Do not fight her. Power! Such power!
Okay, nothing specific, just once again, she's pretty bloody strong. And yes, what about your friends who are apparently like, you know, the most valuable things in the world to you?
Sister! Brother! My job to protect them.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Well, we've definitely learned something from that conversation, bare minimum. So, right. Loot the bodies. Let's see what we've got here, though. For the most part... Ooh. That is proper heavy armor right there. That's not bad, you know. We'll definitely take that, though. Longsword really isn't worth that much. You know what? We may as well take it. We've got plenty of carry capacity we're not using right now. And you as well. Basic mace and basic armor. May as well grab them. And Jess, what about you, good sir?
Strange power resonates within the corpse. It calls to you.
Right. He's dead. But that doesn't mean the parasite is.
Your limbs move of their own accord. There's something of value, something your mind craves. Why let its host's memories go to waste? The tadpole has absorbed it all. Its experience could nourish you, strengthen you.
Oh no, this feels like a very, very bad idea. Like, there was definitely a mention a minute ago of potentially losing something I can't get back. So, yes, we're going to, like, try and resist that, if at all possible. Now, this isn't the easiest thing in a way. Yes, take guidance from Lae'zel. She seems very aggressively anti-illithid parasite and whatnot. Though, yeah, this is not really the thing I'm best at, but give it a go. And just... Okay, we resisted, but that was a near-flipping thing.
Your muscles loosen. The tadpole breaks free of its deceased host. Your mind is your own again. For now.
Right, so it was trying to, like, get inside me, potentially. Like, move into my brain. Though I've already got a parasite in my brain, so... yeah. Logically, adding, like... a second. Will that even work though? Oh, hang on! Hang on, wait! There's a parasite on the loose! Hang on! Chase the parasite! Where's the parasite gone? Wait, where did it just go? I feel like I just lost an illithid parasite. And I feel like I'm gonna regret that at some point. Like, that's the sort of thing you shouldn't just, you know, let loose and whatnot, though. You also can't help but notice there's a cave over there. There was definitely mention of, yes, the Owlbear Cave recently. Like, that was what killed that guy. On top of that, that's also a free pair of boots. Never gonna say no to a free pair of boots. Is that a coffin? That's definitely an open coffin, which contains a wooden spoon and another wooden spoon, so... Right! Someone was, like, trying to take a coffin down the river as a boat using spoons as paddles. Possibly, yes, it didn't end very well after hitting the waterfall and the rocks and whatnot, so... Okay, well that's cute right there. Now, hang on, where have I just ended up? So, yeah. We've gone down, and now we're down by the river, as opposed to up by the bridge. So, yeah, looks like I could just cross the water here. It's pretty shallow. and then get back up top. Back towards the path, though. Oh. Possibly avoiding the bridge is a good idea. Like, that's a lot of blood and corpses round about here. So, yeah, let's do this side of the river first. So we can, yeah, we can just cross here. That's fine. Grab at the boots while we're passing by. No reason not to take the boots. Yeah. Stick on this side of the river and just see what, if anything, is hanging around in this bit of the world. There might be more good stuff yet, because that's a pod. Okay, hang on. Would this be like any of you? Like, are any of your pods unaccounted for? I mean, Gale got out of his pod, yeah, at some point, then teleported away. Wyll's got a parasite, so he must have been in a pod at some point. Possibly this could be, yeah, the pod of one of you two. Give it a look, say.
An empty mind flare vessel. If its occupant survived, then nowhere to be seen.
I mean, we're just down the road from the Emerald Grove. I feel like possibly this could be Wyll's. Still, I will say from this angle, yeah, it looks to me like there might be a path. Oh, yeah. There's a path that runs down towards the swamp and Auntie Ethel over on that side of the river. So, right, cross the bridge, go down. We'll be able to go in that direction. Nothing more over here as far as I can see. So, right, back towards the road here, right by the start of the bridge.
Strange. It looks healthy, but it's stone dead.
Who cares about some pig? It's dead. Let's go.
Oh, Astarion, you just drew attention to yourself there. By any chance, yes, you generally not eat humans. You just, like, you know, go for wild animals to avoid drawing attention to yourself, and you're definitely not a vampire nature.
You know what I really miss about Baldur's Gate? The food. Freshest fish I've ever had.
I don't care for fish. Red meat, now, that's a different matter. Rare as can be. Dripping.
Okay, if you're trying to hide the fact you're a vampire, you are not doing a good job of it, Astarion. Still, help myself to the pig meat, and that's worth a little bit in the way of camp supplies. Beautiful.
The pig's dead, my friend. Staring at it won't bring it back. Come on. We'll never fix these brainworms if we stop and gawk at every piece of carrion you find.
Oh no, getting distracted and gawking at everything I walk past, that's kind of my entire thing. But right, with a bit of medicine, we could give this thing a look-see, though medicine is not really my specialisation. Shadowheart, you can help out with this, that's fine. So right, beautiful, we just get away with that.
The boar seems to be fresh, only a few hours dead. Examining the corpse, you see 2 small puncture wounds in its neck.
And? Is it dead enough for you?
Right, something's going on here, and oh. I feel a bit, you know, mean, intimidating Astarion, but it's definitely the best option we've got, so, yeah, you're being way too interested in us not paying attention to this here pig. Let's just, you know, toss in all the different bonuses, also advantage. Astarion, I want to know what the cock is going on here, and why you're being so dodgy about this.
It's been drained of blood with wounds in its neck. It's been killed by a vampire. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to worry you. They are ferocious creatures. But don't worry, I'll keep watch tonight. We won't have to worry about nocturnal visitors. Now please, let's go.
You could literally see his pointy vampire teeth while he's saying that. How have we not noticed? He's got vampire teeth, damn it! So right, out onto the bridge here, though, be careful. There's definitely been, like, an attack on this bridge. It's possible I'm walking into an ambush, though. Oh! If it is an ambush, there might be... Gosh darn it, that's a broken lute. I'm really ready to trade out my drum for something a bit more musical. But whatever. And yeah, there's a shuffle. We've got one of those already. Check the other chests as well, honestly. Nothing too exciting here. This'll do mind, a gem. Everyone loves gems. So right, take all of them. Keep on keeping on. Crack open everything. These guys don't need them anymore after all. So yeah, sadly the food is spoilt and can't be picked up. Though, potatoes! Everybody loves a potato. We will eat those later at camp. Spot on. And yeah, it's not just a day to people. Also, goblins. And yes, send the food straight back to camp, and that's fine. I will say, though, it is a bit odd that, yes, not one of these people wants to speak. You think they might be able to, you know, fill me in on who attacked them, why, etc., etc. Though officially, you guys are adventurers. Possibly this is a part of the party that, yeah, was heading westward with flipping a house in. But yeah, they were ambushed en route. Well, bare minimum, good selection of, yeah, tools, gold, etc., etc. So we've got some good stuff here. And also, ooh, lots of scrolls, including chromatic orb. Lovely. We'll definitely teach that to Gale later. Spot on. So yeah, and blimey, that is a lot of food. Okay, we'll take that and the gold. Everything else can go back to camp. So, alright, this has been a good little stop for me here. Possibly most of note, though, a goblin's drawing. And that's marked in orange, so okay, that's important. Drawn in thick charcoal lines upon an animal skin, this childlike portrait depicts 3 stick figures. A goblin with sparks in its hands, a square humanoid figure, and what seems to be an elf. Each of them is wearing a simple crown. Okay, we know there was like, hang on. That prisoner, Shazza, was it? She was saying there was like a goblin, a doctor, witch, something of that nature. That might be, yeah, the goblin with sparks. The elf might be Minthara. Square humanoid figure, though. Presumably not Hausen, because, yeah, like, he wouldn't be drawn alongside those two. There must be a third person in command over there that we don't know about yet. And, oh dear. Can it be noticed that, yes, we were just approaching the gates to town. And all 4 of us just failed a perception check. So, I mean, I see a fast travel point right there. But I feel like all of us may have just failed to spot an ambush, potentially. How about we just, yes, send the raspberries back to camp. Help myself to your money. I think I just saw a second ago. Yep, there's a backpack over there. Help myself to all of that too. 1 egg goes back to camp and money stays with me. But yeah, I think I see how this all works now. We've just reached a very literal crossroads here. That path heads southwards down towards, yeah, Auntie Athol, or alternatively the swamp where we need to investigate, what was his name? The person who wants to meet Karga. Going northwards, meanwhile, that'll be Karlach right there. In fact, she's barely round the corner. Then we've got this town here. Far side of it, the Goblin Camp. I feel like, yeah, Goblin Camp is probably something we don't want to jump into immediately. So yeah, what I'm going to say is, given it appears to be by far the closest, let's do Karlach first, because here's one of the weird things about, yes, playing this game 2 years after it became a big deal. I know the name Karlach, and I know that Karlach is a big deal, which makes me think we're not just going to go there and kill Karlach. Like, there's going to be more to it than that, though. Oh. This could potentially be like an Ashley versus Caden thing. Like, we go and find Karlach with Wyll, and I've got to choose one or the other. Like, side with one, the other dies. Okay, that could be where we're going with this, so just in case that is what we're doing, yeah. I think we should go and get Wyll right now. I think he's going to want to be present for this. It's kind of important he is. Plus, on top of that, we are a bit low on, you know, spell slots right now, so I think, even though we probably could continue with, like, yes, well, I was about to say with a short rest. Technically, of course, I could do an extra short rest with Song of Rest. Yeah, let's go and rest up now, because one very useful bit of advice that I did see in the comments was, you're not really supposed to be, like, trying to go as long as possible without long resting. On the contrary, long resting on a semi-regular basis is a good idea, because, you know, various companion storylines do only get revealed and progressed when you're in camp doing a long rest, so you shouldn't be trying to stay as long as possible between rests right now, especially given... how much have we got in terms of... okay, we've got plenty of supplies, got it. So, right, team, back to camp, please. If for literally no other reason, then yes, the inventory's getting a bit on the, crowded side. So let's just dump some of this, you know, inside the traveller's chests. Okay, now that's looking a lot more tidy. Though yes, I've kept, like, you know, the important stuff related to Karga and the Grove in my inventory, just in case we need to pull it out and show it off at a critical moment or something. Meanwhile, this pouch here is where I'm keeping, like, all my poisons, etc, etc, because otherwise they're taking up too much space. You know what? I do actually have another pouch right here, so, okay, important plot stuff like notes and whatnot could go in there, so yeah, potions, notes, that's looking much better. Don't feel entirely great just carrying around this, you know, specimen in a jar, but I feel like I should probably keep it on me, as opposed to just dumping it back in camp and ignoring it. And yes, everyone else's inventory is looking much nicer as well, though, okay. One thing I do need to do, thanks to all those scrolls I've been picking up nice and quick, is... hello there, Wyll. Lovely to see you. Don't worry, we will be coming to collect you in just a second. Gale, my friends.
Do you feel as flattered as I do? Fighter to dine with a devil.
Okay, so apparently yes, even people who are back at camp just sort of know what happened out in our adventure, like we tell them the moment we get back or something, so... okay, I can't deny... yeah, there might be, like, some very significant price to pay if we were to take this guy up on his offer.
Don't let his bluster fool you. All that talk of desperation merely illustrates his own. I think he wants something from us. Badly. And in that knowledge lies our opportunity.
You know what? I quite like the fact that, yes, Gale's not being put off automatically by the idea of a devil wanting a price for a gift or whatnot. He's being very pragmatic about this. Oh, me and you, Gale, we're gonna get on just fine. Though speaking of which, yes, if I try and push him on that point and say you're never gonna win gambling with the devil, how's he gonna respond to that?
There's no such thing as an absolute certainty.
Let me play the devil's advocate. The man is too eager. Do not dismiss his offer out of hand.
If there's one quality all the denizens of the hells embody, it's ambition. Quality they share with many humans, come to think of it.
Okay. So, yeah, once again, he's actually quite open to maybe doing a deal with the devil. Fascinating. Though, okay, if you were in charge, Gale, what would your next move be?
By figuring out his true intentions. Fact 1, there's something very strange and very powerful about our tadpoles. Fact 2, a devil offers to take it away.
Devils aren't known to aid mortals out of simple kindness. Whatever Raphael wants, we must be the key to getting it, along with our tadpoles. So, I say for now, we wait. If I'm right, Raphael will seek us out again, and when he does, there's a mighty bargain to be made.
Remember his Cormyrean rhyme? Down came the claw. Perhaps we should start growing our nails.
You know what? That's smart. Gale, I like you. Though we also need to just bring Gale onto the team nice and quick because, yeah, I've kind of shuffled a very bloody large number of scrolls over to him. So yeah, it's going to be a bit pricey, but we can give him some new spells immediately. Before we do though, we may as well, yeah, level him up, because right now he's still back at level 2, I think. So okay. Up he goes to level 3, spot on. Though yeah, we should presumably avoid spells, though we can just teach him with scrolls we've already got. So I've definitely got a scroll of Chromatic Orb, so you can just have that right now for money. So we shouldn't be wasting, yeah, spell unlocks in terms of level ups on that. And currently his prepared spells are all at level 1. So yeah, we want to give him a level 2 spells. Okay, one thing I'm definitely going to give him is Scorching Ray, because 1, that's loads of power, and 2, That matches up with, yes, your wizard class, meaning you can cast that freely into crowds of mere enemies without worrying about damaging us. So yeah, we'll definitely take Scorching Ray. And yes, I'm not going to go over, like, every spell, because there are many cocky spells. I'm just going to, like, you know, pick the ones that I think look kind of good, though. Hold Person does seem kind of tempting. Just holding someone still. So as a result of that, yeah, they can't move or do anything. Point blank attacks are always crits, so... Oh, we're definitely taking that, that's fine. So yeah, we'll swap those in immediately. And yeah, we'll keep Mage Armor and Sleep, together with Fine Familiar. Thunderwave could stay, and we'll try out Scorching Ray and a Hold Person. That's fine. Oh, and for only 25 gold, Chromatic Orb goes straight to the spellbook. Like, that's a bargain. Chromatic Orb's a good spell. And Featherfall seems pretty good as well, because we don't need to keep this in the spellbook all the time. We can just move it in when we need it. So, immunity to falling damage. 50 gold at flipping dumb. And I can't deny, I quite like the sound of, yes, a Raven Enfeeblement here. So weaken a foe, so they deal a half damage with any weapon attack that uses strength. So, yeah, like, go to a Barbarian, a Fighter, use that, they're gonna be way less dangerous, though. 100 gold is a lot, mind. Right, we'll hold off on, like, any more learning right now. We're burning through money a bit too fast. Okay, and in terms of, yes, the rest of the team... If we're going into maybe a bigger fight against a Karlach, then... Yeah, I want to keep Lae'zel, because I want at least one good, strong frontliner. And right now, she's literally the only one we've got. So, Shadowheart can stay in camp, and we'll take Wyll, because, you know, this is clearly Wyll's business.
The Devil with the Silver Tongue. An old fairy tale my father read to me. The kind with a hero, a villain, and a moral. A farmer made a deal with the devil, so the story goes. In exchange for the farmer's dearest fruit, the devil granted him a bottomless coin purse. The farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple nor peach, but his beloved daughter. We can learn a lot from fairy tales, don't you think?
Okay, now that I've spoken to Gale, whose position is, you know what, let's outwit the devil, I'm sure we can do it, it's fine, then straight over to Wyll, whose position is, no, in fairy tales, you've got to be careful with the devil, so therefore, we shouldn't do this. Okay, all of a sudden I'm really hoping it's a choice between Karlach and Wyll, because I am ready to sacrifice you, good sir. Alright, I am agreeing with Gale way more right now. Okay, Gale, get over here. Me and you can talk round Wyll together. We're gonna outwit the devil. It's gonna be great. Oh, though before we do, you know, sacrifice you in order to recruit Karlach or whatnot. Yes, like, what's your deal, good sir? Why precisely you with the Blade of Frontiers?
My father once said, one does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse bled into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after.
Oh, you're far too much of a goody two-shoes hero. I can't be dealing with this. But okay, let's stay focused on the important bit here. Chasing a devil through hell.
Karlach's fires raged in Baldur's Gate before she escaped to Avernus, as my source told it. And she was planning to return. One of the archdevils Zariel's own. Chaos incarnate, a devil with pure fire for a heart. I made my way to Avernus to stop her. She fled from my reach, even climbed aboard the Mind Flayer ship as it screeched through the hells. I followed in close pursuit. I can't bear to imagine the lives Karlach might be taking, the damage she might be doing.
Yeah, but if she was running away from you, as opposed to fighting you, that suggests maybe there's, yeah, some more to her than just murder, murder, murder. Who's this source of yours, precisely?
A powerful friend with a keen interest in privacy. I'm sworn to say no more.
And I can't even persuade him to break his word, so... Dear oh flipping dear, he's far too much of a goody two-shoes. Yeah, we're going to be stabbing you and recruiting Karlach. I'm sorry about this.
This devil, Raphael, flaunts his paltry wings as if he wants to impress us. You saw the red dragon slaying his infernal kin above hell's fires, did you not? Next to a dragon, the devil's a gnat. When I am Kithrak, I will take my Queen Vlaakith his head as a trophy.
Okay, I deeply enjoy that, yes. Gale's position is, yeah, we can outwit the devil. Will's is, we shouldn't try to outwit the devil. And Lae'zel's is played it simple, I don't care about devils, I'm just going to murder them, screw devils. Lae'zel, I love you. Me and you could be friends. Oh, though on the same topic, right. Those knights are dragons, from, like, right at the start. How precisely did they, like, know where the Nautiloid was? And also teleport through space-time, or whatever, to chase it into hell itself?
The Geich are my kind's mortal enemy. It is not unusual for the Kithrak to give chase, to penetrate the hells. This is unusual. But I'm not one to question the wisdom of my queen. I can see but to the horizon. Vlaakith's sight pierces the many planes.
Okay, so as far as Lae'zel's concerned, yeah, that's not even that remarkable. Githyanki just occasionally go and do murder on dragons against their sworn enemies, the Mind Flayers. Also, I can't resist, but Astarion, how about you give me the best possible take on Raphael and his offer?
Now there's a bloody devil trailing after us. Well, this gets better and better. Shop around, he said. He seems sure we won't find anything. And he might be right. We've had no luck so far.
You know what? I was expecting you to be more in favour of, like, you know, charming, seducing, outwitting the devil and whatnot. Like, you'd be 100% on Team Gale, but okay. Astarion is sounding surprisingly down in the dumps about this whole situation. Dear oh dear.
He reminds me of, well, someone I used to know. And someone that liked to play with people. Creatures like them don't play games. Unless they know they can win.
Right. That'd be why. There's a tragic backstory here. He reminds you of somebody. Though we can't ask who, so okay, we'll be getting back to that later. So right, move over to the fire and end the day, which doesn't actually end the day, just moves us into like the evening slot, and possibly, yes, some bigger, more important stuff might occur. Though funnily enough on this occasion, yeah, no one's immediately got an exclamation mark over their head.
I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad to have some company on this journey.
And okay, just checking in with Shadowheart, she seems to be slowly coming round to us. And that is true. Back when we were in the Grove, you were talking about Dark Justiciars or something.
What can I say? They were eye-catching. Consider me an art lover.
Sooner or later, you need to open up to me a bit, Shadowheart, okay? You can't just be, you know, cagey about everything. Well, best as I can tell, no one else has got anything particularly of note to say to me, so off to bed we go.
You don't sleep well, flitting between dreams and nightmares. Maybe you wake up because you know something is wrong. Or maybe you just get lucky.
Shit. No, it's not what it looks like. I swear. I wasn't going to hurt you. I just needed, well, blood.
There, in the dim firelight, you see him for what he really is. A vampire, a slave to sanguine hunger.
How the cock did you not see this already? He's literally looked in a mirror in front of us and commented on how he doesn't have a reflection. So, okay. We're not going to attack him. Okay, everything's fine. And yeah, I can't believe we didn't see it either.
It's not what you think. I'm not some monster. I feed on animals. Boars, deer, kobolds, whatever I can get. I'm just too slow right now. Too weak. If I just had a little blood, I could think clearer. Fight better. Please.
A strange sensation courses through you, and your companion's mind unfolds, secrets half revealed.
Okay. while it would normally be very rude to do the illithid thing, he did literally just try and drink my blood while I was asleep. So I feel like maybe politeness is out of the window. But okay, before we go doing that, yeah, why were you keeping it a secret?
At best, I was sure you'd say no. More likely, you'd ram a stake through my ribs. No. I needed you to trust me. And you can trust me.
You can't sneak up on someone while they're sleeping and then go into the you should trust me line. If you want to do that, then you need to, you know, approach me during the day when I'm awake and explain the situation. So, yeah, you literally just tried to bite me. I am not feeling well inclined towards you right now.
Because we don't have a choice. Not if we're going to save ourselves from these worms. I need you alive. You need me strong. Please, only be a taste, I swear. I'll be well, you'll be fine. And everything can go back to normal.
Okay, but we know he's a charlatan, like me. He's a liar. That's very much built into his character. Deception is his thing. Just like it's mine. Okay. I'm gonna say yes, but only a bit. And if he goes too far, yeah, there have to be consequences, so he understands he can't do it again.
Ah, of course. I shall be gentle as a babe. Let's make ourselves comfortable, shall we?
I feel like we should, like, wake someone else up so they can, like, be a chaperone for this situation.
It's like a shard of ice into your neck. A quick, sharp pain that fades to throbbing numbness. Your breath catches. Your pulse quickens.
Okay, so he's not stopping. Which is a problem because, oh dear. I don't want to kill him. But I do feel like, yes, I'm not keen on Astarion for this. Like, he just said, I'll only take a bit. And already, I feel like he's taking a bit of a liberty here. So, no. We now need to do some, like, persuasion, though. I was about to say, I've not got many bonuses right now because I don't have my flipping, yes, Tides of Chaos. But it is only, yeah, a 5. So anything but 1 would do the job here. I feel like this is a really bad time to have a critical failure.
You lean into him, losing yourself. You can feel your blood racing, coursing through both your bodies. A gentle, numb feeling starts to spread.
Okay, we really need to stop him. Like, so much. Do not let yourself drift away. This has gone too far already, and next time I'm not saying yes. I'm increasingly concerned I possibly should have just staked the bastard. So, no, this is definitely... Uh-oh. Now it's a 15. This is like 50-50 at this point. Oh, I'm not keen on this. We've just got it. Blimey. I feel like we just avoided something very bad there, potentially.
Of course. I was just swept up in the moment. But it worked. I feel good. Strong. Happy.
Oh, well, I'm glad you feel cocky and happy, because you just pinned me down and took way more blood than you needed to. And I tried to persuade you to stop, and you just cocky didn't. So, I'm not keen on you, Astarion. Me and you are going to have words about this. Yes, you did almost kill me.
But I didn't. And that's what matters. And look what you've gained. Together, we can take on the world.
Okay, one of these days, there's going to be a moment where I've got your life in my hands, and I might think back to this moment when that happens, okay? So, right, you better be really cooking powered up as a result of this.
You watch as he stalks towards the forest, stronger, more confident, ready to hunt.
Right, apparently that was just like, you know, the flipping starter or something. He's going out to hunt again yet. Oh, and hang the con. Right, he took so much blood, I feel a bit woozy. So I've got -1 to basically everything at this point. Well, that's no cocky goods. Right, Astarion, we need to have a chat. Now it's like morning and daytime and whatnot.
Good morning. How do you feel?
Absolutely cooking awful, actually.
Be grateful I'm not a true vampire, then. A bite from them and you might wake up as a vampire spawn. Like my good self. All of a vampire's hunger, but few of their powers.
Right, so you're not like a proper vampire. But bare minimum, yes, this way you could be out in the sun.
Oh no. I should be cinders in this light. I hadn't seen the sun for 200 years before we crashed here. Someone, or something, wants me alive. They've changed the rules. Standing in the sun, wading through a river, wandering into homes without an invitation. They're all perfectly mundane activities now. As for my other quirks, well, we can figure those out in time.
Okay. We might need to keep this in mind, because when the option shows up to remove the parasites, it's possible that he won't want to. Like, if we're not turning into monsters, but he's gained all these useful abilities he didn't used to have, maybe Astarion doesn't want to get rid of them. It's possible that he might sabotage something, in fact, so... okay. I'm watching you, Astarion. I don't want 100% trust you yet.
Hunting with vampires. Never thought I'd see the day. Very well, but I'm keeping an eye on you. And no wisecracks about having us for supper.
Oh, and a quick word of warning, Astarion. I taste absolutely awful. Keep your distance.
Okay, so everyone now knows in the camp it's no longer just a secret between me and him. No one's like staking him, but they're not thrilled either. And okay, just swapping Astarion into the party quickly. As a result of what we did last night, he's now got +1 to, yeah, basically everything in the same way I've got -1. Which I should probably take advantage of by bringing him with us, yes. Okay, in which case, yeah. Lae'zel and Astarion can be on the front line. Me and Wyll can be spellcasters. Gale, I'll come pick you up once we're done with, yes, the Karlach business. So, right, in which case, yeah. Turn north, we're gonna go and track down a Karlach. So, okay, just eyes open, just in case we run into... okay. Not actually a demon that needs to be put down here. Instead, we've got a dog, though... a dog next to a dead person. I'm not sure I'm emotionally ready for this, actually. Right, just very quickly, put on my speak with animals. So, okay, dog. Are you about to break my heart by any flipping chance?
Keep moving, stranger. Quietly.
Oh, that's definitely your master, isn't it? So, okay, Scratch, what happened here?
I told you to go.
And okay. Perception, intimidation, persuasion. I don't think intimidation is the right approach right now. Let's try persuasion, though cocking bloodlust. Right, just give me Tides of Chaos and guidance right now. I am not failing this check. Okay, so just... we're fine. Alright, that's A-okay. We got it.
There's death in your scent, but not in your words. Still, you should go. My friend is injured. He needs rest.
Oh, Scratch, buddy. I don't think he's waking up, friends.
Of course he will. And then we'll return home.
Okay, I wasn't emotionally ready for this, I was right. So, okay, let's just start with your name.
He calls me Scratch. You can do the same.
Okay. And Jess, what happened to you precisely?
We were attacked. Cackling, furry things on 2 legs. And their smell, it was strange, rotten, evil.
You know the creatures he describes. Gnolls.
Alright, though we've not run into, yes, those yet, as far as I can recall, so... we're not going to shout at the corpse. how would you like to come with me, friends?
No, I won't leave him.
And okay, if at some point you feel like you would like somewhere else to be, how about you come to my camp? We can be friends.
If it comes to that, I may. Thank you.
Okay, so we sorted that out, and... Are you going to object if I loot his corpse? I'm just going to have a bit of a look-see. Okay. He's looking at me. But this isn't marked as stealing, so... Okay, I will give you these apples later if you come back to my camp. And he can keep his boots, that's fine, though. Okay. We've got a few letters to read through later. We'll get to that in just a minute, because... just out of interest, yeah, hang on. Hang on. Could I maybe... Oh. Could I maybe speak with Dad and get him to tell his friend... Oh, no, that's just going to make me cry. If there's an option here to bring him back so that he can say goodbye to his dog, I am straight up going to cry, okay? Well, we can speak with him, so... Yes. What happened to you, my friends?
Pack of gnolls, claws, teeth.
So, right, same as we already figured out, and... yeah, by the looks of it, you were like a courier or something.
Letters. Delivery to Baldur's Gate.
There we go, like postman or something. We've got the letters already, that's fine.
Runner, Fleetfoot, Courier Company.
Right, if we ever run into Fleetfoot, let them know. Though, yeah, I'm genuinely quite surprised there isn't an option to, like, let him say goodbye. Like, you know, ask him a leading question, like, if you could, what would you say to your dog right now? Genuinely shocked that's not an option.
Gomwick.
Okay, we kind of knew he was Gomwick, so shouldn't have asked that. That was a waste of a question. But okay. I'm guessing you're from Baldur's Gate, right?
From Trail.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
I mean, on the plus side, the dog doesn't seem to, you know, object to the fact I just resurrected that guy. So that's positive at least. Though one slight issue here, which is... I don't think I can get any further north going this way. Yeah, looking at the map, this is a dead end, so Karlach is indeed just round the corner, but not from this direction. I may need to, loop a long way around to get to her. Or alternatively... yeah, there may be a different way out of this city I completely missed previously. Still, there is one thing that I know for a fact is round here. And that, of course, is... yes, a mysterious cave, and I'm pretty sure I know what's inside. But yes, indeed, how about we save that for the next episodes? Because yes, we've got a lot to do out in the wasteland here. An owlbear cave to explore, a Karlach to hunt down... and yes, plenty bloody more to get on with as well. So, hopefully, you've joined me for that. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been the wonderful Baldur's Gate 3. Thank you very much, and goodbye. So, okay, I've been outwitted by a butterfly, and beaten up by a fish.
Stop right there, criminal scum!
I didn't steal anything! I'm sorry, I touched the shoes while I was shoe shopping. Okay, I feel like I may have just, walked in on something. What about this person? Can we talk to this person?